Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Hope you have a great day today. It is wonderful today. Look, it's raining a little bit, but fall is in the air, and we got a great show lined up for you guys today. And first of all, if you notice, we're not in the regular Elk Grove, downtown Elk Grove studios. I am in the beautiful Hardcore Italians studio here in beautiful Woodridge, Illinois. I want to thank Mike and Mike for having me here, folks. We just did their podcast show earlier this morning, so it was very, very cool. So we got going on. First of all, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, and mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show. Our guest today is Shelly Valenti. She'll be joining us, folks. She got a brand new cookbook called Food is Love. We talk about that. We're going to have Mike and Mike on, folks, from Hardcore Italian 2 later on in the show. So it's showtime. Let's go to work. Thank you, Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven on that great intro. Hi, guys. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, Monday through Friday at noon. I hope you're watching it during your lunch hour or you're watching it any other time during the day on all 5 social media outlets, all at the same time. We're coming to you live on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carraro Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on X, formerly Twitter. We're on YouTube. And we're also on the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We have a great show lined up for you today. Like I said, it's a little rainy out, but fall is in the air. It's my favorite time of the year, which I love. But before we go, we got to pay some bills. So let's get to our good friends, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona. U-Haul rentals at all their locations. They have a large fleet of trucks, best prices in town. 3 easy ways to make a reservation. Call the store, walk in, visit the U-Haul desk, or go to uhaul.com and choose one of your Ace stores and your location to make a reservation. They're here for all your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. And let's not forget to take advantage of their auto key programming at all their stores. They program and card cut keys up to 50% less than the dealership. Visit their helpful hub to speak to a certified team member. That's Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Ace has been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. And let's get right now to one more sponsor, Mary Grievous, everybody. Buying or selling your home in the Chicagoland area, the perfect real estate professional, whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, give Mary a call today. Available says buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings, Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. Go to mgrievous at starkre.com or give her a call at 630-688-1725. And if you're talking about Mary Grievous Real Estate, you got to talk about Mary Grievous NTD Vacations. And when you talk about NTD Vacations, you're talking about the Chicago Music Cruise 2025. Now, the one we did in January was sold out. 7,000 people joined us on this ship, and now you got a chance to do it again. March 22nd to March 30th, 2025, the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, Oasis of the Seas, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to take you to Fort Lauderdale, Curacao, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. It's going to be fantastic. It's 8 days instead of the last one was 6 days. It's spring break. It's going to be fun. You're going to have 8 hours in the port. The one last year was only 6 hours. So you're going to have 8 hours in Curacao and Aruba. Now listen to the entertainment. Scott Childers will be there from WLS. Frankie Boom Boom Hollywood Rodriguez from GCI will be spinning the songs. Mark Odette and Yacht Rock. I love their music if you love that stuff. Wendy Thompson with a tribute to Britney Spears and Marilyn Monroe. Mojo's Jukebox, my new rock band. Let's not forget the Jersey Girls. All three will be on that ship. Tony Ocean and my whole band will be there, folks. Let's not forget Hillbilly Rockstars, the #1 country band in the city of Chicago, and Seventh Heaven. All of us, 8 days. We got a brochure that we hand out at all our shows. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or go call Mary at 630-688-1725 and tell them Tony Ocean sent you. We are live here from Woodridge, Illinois at the Hardcore Italians warehouse, and we got a great show lined up for you guys tonight. I hope you guys are having a good time, and I hope you're ready to go out and support local establishments in live entertainment. I want to thank everybody that showed up last night to Zaza's in Lake Barrington. Great crowd as always. Massimo and Filippo. They do a great job. The food is great. Professor Daryl Armenstad, thank you. What a great job you did. Tonight, we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg. That's an 8 o'clock hit with Double T Tony Toto. And tomorrow, we'll be at the beautiful Forget About It Vineyard and Winery in Galena, Illinois. It's one of the most beautiful places that you can go. The view is wonderful. It's actually in Andover, which is about 15 minutes from Galena, but it's Ocean's Rat Packs, dinner and show. Bill Saratella is Frank Sinatra. Yours truly is Dean. Elliot Winbush is Sammy Davis. Jerry Jams will be there, of course. And, of course, opening the show will be Vince Amore with his tribute to Tony Bennett. So all four of us, a 90-minute show. It's going to be great. Dinner packages start at $75, folks. You get the pasta, the dinner, the free glass of wine, the dessert, all that great stuff. It's a great deal. And you're under the pavilion. Or there's also lawn seats for just $20. You can bring your own shit and enjoy. That's this Saturday, October 5th. Forget About It. Vineyard Winery. Vicky Bruno Olson does an incredible job. It's a family-owned. They've been making wine for many, many years. It's just a lot of fun. There's Mary. Jill, how you doing again, Mill? Jill, I'm so sorry to hear about your brother-in-law loss. Prayers to your family. Joey Spins is watching. Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. There's Kathy Appolito. We have Ohio. California's in the house. Ronnie B, Iowa. What's up, buddy? Ronnie, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Richard Hamlin, Double T. See you tonight, buddy. Carol Minotti. Again, I'm sorry, Carol, about you there to put your dog down. Horrible when that stuff happens to families. Again, our prayers go out to everybody in Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee. It's horrible, and they're expecting another storm coming that way. I mean, this is happening more and more and more in Florida and these places. I don't know, man. I know a lot of people are leaving Florida and moving back to Illinois. The heat, the bugs, and the weather, it's just horrible. The deaths and I know the people that, but what about all the animals? How about the animals themselves too? It's just crazy. And prayers go that. And I want to thank former President Donald Trump on his GoFundMe page. $4 million he raised and already sent it over there. He was already there, folks. I don't even know if Camel or whatever her name is. I don't know if Harris actually got to go down there yet. But Trump was already there, and he already put $4 million of GoFundMe page for Florida. We need to take care of these cities, these places, these states. We need to make sure this is all good, man. Robert Provenzano. Boyd, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing well. All right. Also, what else are we going to say here? Also, my good friend Buddy, if you're listening, I know your brother lost his wife, Marie. So again, our prayers to your family out there, folks. Also, today is National Boyfriend Day. So anybody else that's got a boyfriend out there, God bless you. Also, I don't know if you guys know, we're going to have Shelley Valenti on in about 2 minutes, folks. Got a brand new book out. I can't wait to talk to her. Food is love, and why not? And love is food. So either way you look at it, it's good. Anyway, you guys notice on a lot of social media pages, folks, you're getting hackers. There's been people selling my shirts for a while, and they're not my shirts. I don't have those shirts. And we found out the lady's name is KJ Kordick. She's one of the ladies that are supposedly under federal indictment, harassment, character assassination. She's doing a lot. And this is the lady. People have been sending me who's been doing these hackings. So please, if you follow anything with that, got to watch that, report it, because it's been happening over and over. October is also Italian Heritage Month. That's why I was happy to be here at the Hardcore Italians. Great organization. Mike and his son, Michael, they do a great job with great Italian merchandise. And they just we did the international Columbus Day bocce tournament, which was great, which they do. And there was so many people there. It was a great event. They have their float this year at the Columbus Day Parade, which we'll have our own float too. October 14th, we'll be on the Columbus Day, our Tony Ocean float. And it's going to be ABC's covering that, folks. It'll be my 25 years I've been doing that Columbus Day Parade. When I first did it, we were always on the Ron Onesti floats. And then years later, I was on the Gulo International float. But now this will be my fourth year as my own float with the Main Event Band. And I want to thank our sponsors, Armando Supermarkets, Danny Mazzi, 925 Liberty Street. We want to thank Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. Mike and Gigi, folks, go to Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your car needs. We also want to thank our good friend Sal from Deutz Power Center, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. And Frank from Postatanos in Oak Brook, 4 sponsors for that float on State and Wacker. It's going to be a great day. And then afterwards, everybody goes to the Casa Italiana in Stone Park, and they do a giant buffet of food, every Italian thing you can have, and homemade wine, and it's a great, great event. And the master of ceremonies, the Grand Marshal, will be the great Paul Anka. He'll be actually performing and singing. There also, rumor has it, that Frankie Valli might be there too. So if anybody can pull that off, it's definitely Ron Onesti, folks. So that's what's important, folks. Also, Julie, Tony Toto out there, and Tony, our drummer and a great guy, sound engineer too. They're selling they told me to put this out, so let's put it out. If you're looking for a Honda Accord 2012, $2,500. If you're looking for a beautiful car, reach out to Julie or Tony Toto there, and maybe you can get that car that you guys need. Chicago was voted, again, the best city in the United States 8 years in a row. The city of Chicago is wonderful. That's according to WGCI 1075 and Condad East Travelers List. It's a great city. It's horrible what's been happening to that city since 2020, and with the shootings and the killings and everything that's going on. But it's still in a beautiful city. Well, hopefully we can get it back to where it was. I don't know. Not with this regime. That's never going to happen. Also, October also is Bully Prevention Month. Stop the bullying, because now that school is out, it's happening. We got to stop this shit, man. Horrible what's going on in this country. All right. So let's get to some good stuff. Let's talk. Her name is Shelly Valenti. She's got a brand new book called Food is Love. And we're going to talk to her. So let's bring her on, our good friend, Shelly Valenti. Shelly, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
First of all, thank you for being on the show. We do appreciate it very much. Shelly, we don't know each other that well. I know you're friends with my wife, but I think we had a mutual friend we found out a few years ago. Of course, the late Tony LaBarbera, Sharky himself. Sharky was the best.
Yes.
But it's great what you're doing here. So let's just start off real fast. Shelly, where were you born?
I was born in Chicago, in Elmhurst, Illinois.
Very good. Got a big family?
We do have a big family. Actually, my husband's family is bigger than mine. I have a sibling, but my parents both came from very big families.
Very cool. All right. So being Italian, do you speak it at all?
I don't. I understand a lot. My in-laws, my husband's first generation, so he is fluent. My son and I actually took a class to speak Italian because we've been to Italy and we wanted to be able to speak the language better. I'm half Polish as well, but I always say that my dad became an honorary Italian because my mom said so, right? My dad's sitting here watching right now. He's in my
there you go. So you've been to Italy. What part of Italy did you guys go to?
So we've been to Sicily.
You like Sicily? Have you been to the northern part of Italy at all? Just Sicily?
We have not.
Okay.
My son just got married last week and him and his wife are there right now. So I am enjoying their trip, watching their travels. It's beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Okay. So Shelly, you got a new book called Food is Love. Who influenced you? Did you always want to be a writer? How did this come about? How did this happen?
No, my dad always told me, like, you're such a good writer. You have such a good way about you when you write. And he does too. But recently I had a switch in kind of a career switch and bought a digital marketing course and didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I decided, after my kids had said to me for years, Mom, can you like write down your recipes? And I thought, I spent my childhood with my grandmother in the kitchen, and she taught me that food is love. That she showed me that the way that she fed everybody and fed us, and she would say things to me like, you have to learn to like this, and so we did, because she was the boss, and you didn't test her when it came to that. So I spent my childhood with her in the kitchen, and my mom as well. My mom is such an amazing cook. So I thought, well, if I'm going to write the recipes down, I might as well maybe make a cookbook. And I started this journey, and it was so fun to write. I did all summer. I basically wrote all summer.
Now,
Um,
most of these are obviously from your grandma and from some of your own recipes,
yeah.
which was very cool. I think you know what, and that's where most of these great ideas come from. It's from our grandparents and stuff. Would
Totally.
you, is a certain dish that you love that your grandmother cooked? Do you always remember growing up, smelling it in the kitchen, or even your mom?
Yeah, so many. There's too many, but probably her ravioli, which I still don't have the recipe for. I just found out yesterday that my godmother has her ravioli recipe. And I was like, what? All these years, because she would have us come over, and we would watch her cook, but we never could get her to measure anything out. So it's all from memory and that kind of thing. So yeah, the book is a compilation of my mother-in-law's recipes, because when I got married, I wanted to feed my husband like my mother-in-law fed him. It was
Mhm.
important to me to do that. My mom's recipes, my grandma's, and then mine that I've come up with along the way, and kind of tweaked along the way. So yeah, it's a compilation.
Shelly, do you guys being a good cook and having this and coming that? Do you guys actually do you like going out to eat to Italian restaurants? Do you
We
still
do.
enjoy that?
We do. I don't even have a favorite. I know you and I talked before the show, and I don't even know that I have a favorite. There used to be one in Villa Park, if you remember Benvenuti's. Do you remember that
Yeah,
restaurant?
Benvenuti's was great.
That
Sure.
was probably our favorite, like when we were first married and then they
Yeah.
closed. So I don't know that I've actually found a favorite, but I would almost rather cook sometimes, to be honest with you, but I do love to go out to dinner. Yeah, for sure.
So when you go out to dinner and stuff, obviously you like wine. Are you a wine person? What's your poison when you go out and have a cocktail?
I love Moscato. I love Moscato d'Asti. I can't drink a lot of it. I'm not a big drinker, but that's my go-to if I'm going to have a little cocktail for sure.
Okay, there you go.
Sweet
And you
wine.
know what? Growing up, always in the tradition back in the day, when you had meat, red meat, whatever it was, you always had the red wine. When you had fish, you had the white wine.
Yeah.
Do you still see that a lot? Or do you believe that's still the case? Or you think people just don't care anymore?
I don't think people really care anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't see it a lot. I think if you're like a big wine drinker, I think you definitely know what pairs. My husband is more of the big wine drinker. He loves the idea of pairing wines with food. But no, I
I
don't see
mean,
it.
is he the guy that puts his nose in the wine and
Yeah,
sniffs it
swirls it
and
around,
and then
puts it in
returns it if
bottles.
it's not right, that
Yes,
kind of stuff.
yes,
Okay, so okay, all right, very cool. And wine, you got to be a certain either. And being Italian and full blooded, I don't like wine. I can't. It really one glass and I'm out.
yeah.
I can drink Jack Daniels all day long, but I can't drink wine. So Shelly Valenti is with us, folks. Food is love. I love the name of the title. Where did that come from?
Well, I was sitting around my patio with my neighbors who are our bestest friends of a million years. And I kept saying, like, I don't know what to call it. I was going to call it something in Italian at first. And my good friend's husband, he said, food is love. And I was like, that's it. That's it. Food is love, because that's what it is. That's how I am in the kitchen. Like if you're eating with me, you know that like my love language is 100% food, and I want to cook for everybody, and I love having company. And if I'm having a party, I'm certainly sometimes I will cater it, but most times not, because I just want to be able to cook it and
You
share
want to
it.
be able to cook it yourself, and you know what's going into the food. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Want to say hello to Angelo, our buddies from Ohio are in the house. How are you doing, my good friend? And we're going to be in Warren, Ohio in August of 2025, folks, for the Italian Fest up there. We're excited about that. Shelly, okay, now what I read some of your bio, and it was interesting. You've been married 30 years to your childhood sweetheart.
Yeah.
You don't find that too much. You find that maybe that they got married, but staying together for 30 years,
Yeah.
which is pretty big these days. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you don't look old. So what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is what keeps, for people out there that are married, what keeps that together for 30 years?
God, I mean, we've always connected. I always say we've been married for 30 years and we actually still like each other. So we love to be around each other. And I think that the way that we were raised, My parents are like the most in love people that I've ever seen in my life. And I had such a good example of what love was supposed to look like. So it was so important to me. And not that my husband didn't, of course he did too, but we just click. We always have. We're always on the same page. And we've always had this love affair that I'm so grateful for.
Did he help you along with the book? Did he inspire you to do that too? They think it was a good idea?
No, he thinks everything I want to do is nuts. And he's like, okay, go, whatever you want to do. Cause I'm never done. I'm never done in life. I'm always like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So he just
Right,
supports
right.
my crazy ideas. And
Yeah.
he didn't even read the cookbook until it was completely done. Like he didn't want to read it, the story behind it, because to me, the most important part of it was the story behind it. So he was like, no, I'm going to wait until it's all done. And then he was like, bravo, bravo.
Well,
So
that's fantastic. It's very important with anything you do when you have your loved one, your spouse, right behind you. It makes a big thing. Oh, good thing, Carol. Carol Brandolino's watching, of course, for my co-host on Tuesdays, and she's got Encore Brandolino music in Shorewood. She asked, "Is he the taster? Does he test
of
your stuff?"
course, yes, he's the taster. Mr. Valenti does not like when I am not cooking. So it's really never a thing for him not to be my taster. Yeah. And of course there's fails. There's always going to be fails. But
Yeah, sure, sure.
totally my taster. He
It's
he
great.
grew up in a household that like, dinner, like me, dinner served every single night. So my kids were raised that way that, and that was part of my want for this is like cooking can be easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. And even if you're not a great cook, if you have a good recipe and you make it easy and it's fresh, that's what's important to me. When my kids were in sports, it was like, did we go through drive-throughs once in a while? Once in a while, but not
Yeah.
very often because it was
Yep, yep.
very important for me.
Is there they got these cooks on television, some are cooks, some aren't, whatever it is. Do you have one that you followed that you liked?
I
Anyone in
don't. I really
particular?
don't. I don't. I like them all. I think everybody has a piece to the puzzle that really, kind of puts it all together. And I take little pieces from here and there. I'm trying to think. There is a cookbook that I recently bought, and I absolutely love her. Her name is I can't think of her name is Kat, and her cookbook is called Big Bites. So
Okay.
she's super inspirational, and I just adore her, and I love
Yeah.
her cooking and her fresh ideas.
And her ideas, which is great. How many recipes would you say is in this book? Food is Love.
There's 72 pages. I don't even know how many recipes are in here. Maybe 60. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I should know, but I don't.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. Shelley Valenti, folks, Food is Love is her new book, and she's going to have an in-store signing, which is be very cool. If you want to meet Shelley and get a copy of the book and get it autographed, you're going to be November 4th at the Pink Bird in Geneva, Illinois. It's a little beautiful boutique. You'll love it. Women out there from 1 to 3. Go down there. It'll be cool. And
November
stand for
3rd.
the book. Yeah, Pink Bird, right? Is that it?
November
Pink-
3rd. Yes, the
Yeah,
pink bird.
November 3rd. I'm sorry,
Yep.
November 3rd. My
That's okay.
mistake. Shelley Valenti is watching. Before we do this, folks, got another sponsor. We got some more stuff with Shelley real fast. Let's get right to another sponsor, folks. You're talking about Jack Vena Landscaping. It's that time of year, folks, and let's not use it. Use this company. They're the best. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring and fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design service and installation. They do fall and gutter cleanup. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 44 years. That is Jack Vena Landscaping, 847-432-5266. And our brand new sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Guzman and Gomez. That's right. Fast food made healthy. They've
Yay.
got it's fantastic. Chipotle's but they put a lot of shit in there. So Guzman and Gomez, folks, fast food made healthy, clean, enjoyable. Check them out. So far, they only have locations in Schaumburg, Crystal Lake, Buffalo Grove, and Naperville. If you download the JYG app right now and sign up, we'll give you a free burrito. It's that simple, so you can try it out. It's fast food. It's healthy. That's what they're trying to do. This company's actually, they're from Australia. There's only 4 locations right now. So very simple. Go to JYG app, sign up, and get 1 free burrito of good, clean, healthy eating, which is important. Or give Joe a call at 224-636-3646 for any more information on Guzman and Gomez. Shelley Valenti, your book is called Food is Love. Shelley, who's got the best pizza, New York or Chicago?
Italy.
Italy, good one.
Come on.
If you
But
had a
I've
choice,
never been to New York. So I
have you
can't
tried
say
the pizza there?
I've never
Have you
been to
tried
New
New
York.
York pizza? So never have. So what
No.
kind of pizza do you like if you have pizza here in Chicago?
I love a margarita pizza. Although I can't have it anymore because I'm dairy free. So like I haven't had a real pizza in 6
Oh, yeah,
years.
yeah. You were talking about this dairy-free and
Terrible.
gluten-free.
Yes.
Obviously, are there any of these recipes in the book for
Some of them
gluten-free?
are, yes. A lot of them are, they're not labeled that way. And that's my next endeavor is I'm gonna crack it down after I've been super busy the last couple of months. So my next endeavor is going to be a gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook because I think that that's really important in today's world too. Lots of people have lots of
A lot of
sensitivities.
people are changing too. I noticed that even some of these fast food restaurants are trying to
Yes.
come up with something that I don't know if you've ever got a chance to eat the Impossible Burger from
I
Burger
have
King.
not. I have not.
It's There's no meat in it.
Yeah.
It's just vegetables, and I swear to you, when you bite into it, you think you're having a Whopper.
Come
Uh,
on, really?
I don't know how. I'm telling you,
Okay.
Shelly, you got to go try one. It's called the Impossible Burger. There's
Okay.
no meat in it. I don't know how they do it. You put, I mean, wow. I mean, it is very good. And there's a lot of other places that are doing that too. Being Italian, is it, what do you call it? Gravy or sauce at your home?
I call it sauce. My mom would argue with me because my mom's first generation, my grandmother was from northern Italy, and it was always gravy. But then I met my husband, and what I make is sauce. So I know it's a huge debate. It's like, ooh, let's go, let's go.
People fight about it all the time. Very good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is great, Shelly. Thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and we appreciate it. The book is called Food is Love. How do they purchase that book? Is it on Amazon? How do they
It's
get it?
on Amazon. Yes, it's on Amazon. We launched it on Amazon on September 6th, and I haven't even looked to see how many I've sold because I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to look. I just want to get, see where I go with it.
Got it. I'm sure it's going to do well, and I love it. When and I also love about buy local, shop local.
Yeah.
You're a local person, buy a product. And when there's someone, and this is great when people put up their ideas and come out with books or their art or whatever they do. It's so important to support our local community, which is great. And there's going to be an in-store signing, a book signing, folks, on November 3rd at the Pink Bird in Geneva, Illinois. It's a nice boutique from 1 to 3. You can go and meet Shelly and get a book signed, buy the book, of course, and then sign the book. She'll sign it for you, but it's going to be great. Food is Love on Amazon by Shelly Valenti. Shelly, thank you for your time and keep doing what you're doing and keeping the Italians in the public eye because October is Italian National Heritage Month and we need to support that. So Shelly, thank you so much and you have a great weekend and God bless you.
Thanks, Tony. You too.
Thank you very much. Shelly Valenti, ladies and gentlemen. Very cool. It's Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. I love that kind of stuff, man. When they come out and they promote and they do stuff like that. Okay, the ladies out there, cologne. Men, what kind of cologne do you like? Well, folks, we have the best, according to, you got to love this, a Living Magazine, 5 best top 10 colognes that women go goo-goo or gaga for. Number 1 is Gravidite, which never heard of it. I never heard of any of these, actually. Cupid Phenomenon, number 2. Fireside, don't have no idea. Versace Eros comes in at number 4. Arousal comes in at number 5. I don't know these. I've been using the same cologne since high school. I use Cool Water made by Davidoff. My wife loves it. People love it. That's what I use. I mean, and I'm even using a new Skinbra Aquavelva after I shave. So you know how old school I am. Anyway, interesting stuff. In a couple minutes, we're gonna have my good buddy Mike and Mike. Maybe we'll get them both on here from Hardcore Italians. That's what the studio I'm at right now. It is Ocean's Pit. It is Friday, October 4th. We got some big shows coming up. On the 19th of October will be a Premier Wine and Spirits in Salem, Wisconsin, which is right over the border. It's a brand new speakeasy in Kenosha, right near Kenosha there, folks. We'll be there on the 19th of October. The 17th, we'll be back in Venuti's in Addison with the main event band. On October 13th, we'll be at the Royal Oaks Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack and Joliet or Joliet. It depends on how you pronounce it. On October 10th, we'll be at Tavern on the Point in Edison Park Going to Louisiana Downs. It's a beautiful casino. If you love racehorses, that's what it is. We'll be there on November 1st and 2nd. A great place. Also, we'll be at the Tivoli Theater November 13th in Downers Grove. Oceans Rat Pack and Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. October 14th, of course, is the Columbus Day Parade. We're proud to have our float there. It's going to be great on that Monday. And I'm proud again to announce that Ocean's Pit was nominated again for the #1 independent media show at the Josie Awards in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, we will be there on the 27th of October. Our show won in 2022, and Rat Pack, Ocean's Rat Pack won last year for the best tribute act. So both acts are nominated again, and it's a star-studded affair. It's at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. I mean, it's like that's where Dolly Parton, where all the big stars were, and everybody's dressed to the tail tuxes and the red carpet, and they do an incredible job, Josie and Tina Marie, putting this together. And there's all different categories. There's musicians, there's songwriters, there's photographers, there's authors, actors, and everybody. And it's the Josie Awards is the #1 and the only independent award show in the country, which means it's people who do it for a living but does not have been discovered yet. I mean, big stars. And they sell out 6,000-7,000 people. It's huge. It's just like the Emmys. So when I've won the first award in 2022, I didn't know what I was going to say. If I didn't know, so I had a thing just in my head, and I told my wife, and of course she goes, "You can't say that." So I said, "The winner is Ocean's Pit." I was like, first of all, I couldn't believe it. So I got up there, and here you are. All these people are watching you, and I just want to say thank you to Josie and Tina. And the last time my name was ever called, I was in court. And that was the place went up for grabs. They laughed at that, thought it was very funny. Oh, so that was cool. Also, today marks the 1 year that we lost Mama D. Mama D. Bosch, of course, my wife Laura's mother, and the kids' grandparents, grandma, and Natalie's grandmother too as well. Mama D, if you all knew her at my shows, she was very supportive. And I'm #1 fan next to my mom. And we definitely miss this lady. But, she's always with us still because she'd be proud of what's going on with our family now. Very, very cool. So, Mama D, we miss you. Just crazy. Daryl Armenstock, great job. There it is. There's my wife, Laura. How you doing, honey? You are the best, too. Danny Ramundi, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's definitely sauce. There you go. Okay. Dolce. Yeah, Dolce. Okay, well, there, KJ. Well, thank you. I hope it's not true, honey, because you watched the show, and I really do appreciate it, my dear friend. All right, so Robin Schneider, I will be there to cheer everyone win. Can't win to see the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, it's going to be great. We're excited. All right, we're going to bring up in about 2 minutes, folks, we're going to bring up my good friend, Michael. We got some stories here, interesting stuff. Some stuff we'll mention tomorrow in the show or next week. The Chicago Cubs. He couldn't be happier. Jed Hoyer, 2024 season. We just dug ourselves into a hole, and that was much too big. They put all that money on that brand new manager, and obviously Milwaukee was doing better, but they just got kicked out too because they lost the wild card. But I don't know. It's got to be hard to be a Cub fan. It's got to be very hard, ladies and gentlemen, to be White Sox fans. I mean, 121 games lost. I feel for Robert Provenzano, my friend, or for my friend Joey Spins, or anybody that's White Sox fans right now. It's got to be very, very difficult. And I don't know. And Chicago Bears, I don't know. Is Caleb Williams the new Patrick Mahomes? I don't think so. At least not this year. My opinion only. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I know there's diehard fans out there that still support these teams. So it's going to be very interesting. What else do we got on this? For Italian month, and I don't know if you Italians know this, prosciutto. How many people eat prosciutto? We love prosciutto, gabagool, mortadella, prosciutto. Could be soon hard to find as Italy faces swine fever. Italy's prosciutto product is under threat due to an outbreak of African swine fever, leading to culling all over 120,000 pigs. The disease affecting domestic pigs and wild boars has led to strict measures export bans from multiple countries. The result, shortage of pork products or increased products. This prosciutto, if you love prosciutto, is great taste, very salty, very good. Not great for you, I'm sure, but it'd be very hard, especially in the holidays. We all like the prosciutto. We put it all together. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that, with this stuff that's coming out. A wise man once said, "Be careful who you let on your ship, because some people will sink the whole ship just because they can't be the captain." And we talked about this. We talked to Mike and his son before the show. Italians, we are so proud to be Italians, but we got to, sometimes it's like they're just ready to stab you in the back. And I don't know why. My mother called it gelosi. It means jealous. I don't understand it. I have friends of mine, their brothers don't talk, their sisters don't talk. They don't talk because grandma left you this and she didn't leave me this and mom left you this. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Dominic, what's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Donald, you too, my friend, Donald. So it's just a scary thing. I don't get the whole situation. I don't know why. All the other nationalities they're hard. They stick together. The Polish stick together. The Irish, the Greeks, the Jewish, but us Italians, I don't know why. We have to stick together. That's all we have. We got to keep the old school alive, like Ron Onesti keeping it going, and hardcore Italians keeping it going, trying to do what they can, which is important. I think that's very important. Can I get, who wants to come up? All right, Michael, get over here, buddy. Mike Jr. is in the house. Very cool. Michael, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Good, buddy. We can move this out of the way.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks
Michael,
for
how you doing?
Thanks for doing
Tell
my
us some
podcast
people.
too.
Well, thank you. Tell us some people who have no clue what a hardcore Italians is.
So hardcore Italians, we're all about the values that our ancestors gave from Italy, and we're just preaching it. So we're out there on social media. We're an entertainment company and an e-commerce company. So we're out there on social media every day, just preaching the values and traditions and culture of our Italian grandparents. And we sell a lot of merchandise to accompany that. And yeah, that's us.
Well, guys, and you guys, all these you got your own logo out there, and you have hats and shirts and all different kind of stuff. It's very cool. And you have, and it's interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't, but they got a toll. What do you call it?
Order counter.
Order counter, and this thing all day long flips back and forth and it keeps telling you how many orders they have since they started. It's pretty cool. It just flips. So since I've been here at 10:30, I got her. It just keeps it's like every 5 minutes, more sales, which is great because it's buy local, shop local. It's an Italian American thing, which is very, very cool. You guys had the bocce tournament, which was great. What a great turnout that was.
Yeah, thanks for coming by too.
Oh, we love it. What's the purpose? Why do you guys do this?
Just to give back. So, my grandparents were from Italy, and we just felt like they gave the best. They taught us everything. They had nothing and gave us everything, So we just felt that it was important to keep their tradition and culture going. I mean, they made so many sacrifices coming to America and for our family, and they gave us opportunity. And I just feel like to not recognize it would just be a complete waste. All the sacrifice they did for us, they lived their lives for us. They cared about us first.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, nowadays people are upset they don't have the newest iPhone or this or that. And our grandparents got an orange for Christmas and we're happy, So
yeah,
I feel like they had nothing and they taught us how to be happy. And they went through hardships, so we didn't have to. And they passed now, obviously. And it's kind of our way to keep it going. We want their spirit alive. We want their values to keep going forever.
I believe it too. And it was good because the camaraderie of everybody getting together and playing the game. There's some people that are very good. There's some people that just want to go out there like us with our Oceanettes team. We're horrible. But we like being involved and we like playing and having fun with that. We never practice, you know what I mean?
Well,
so
as far as bocce, it's just about bringing people together through events. I said we do a lot of social media, so it's good to get out there, do something, bring people together. So I agree. A lot of people come to have fun, and there's some people who are competitive.
About.
Yeah.
You're also going to have your Columbus Day float. How long have you guys had the float there?
I think this is our 4th year. We're going to do a float.
And why do you do it? Because of it's Columbus Day, obviously. You take pride in doing that and showing it. And as a younger generation Italian, what's your feeling about the Italian Americans right now?
I feel like we're under attack. You know, we're under attack. They want to. It's almost like they want to just do away with Italians and pretend that we never had struggle or hardship, or you know what I mean. That we were just put here and it was all sunshine and rainbows. When really we were treated just as bad as everyone else was treated. And for some reason, they just want to wipe that. You know. So when I think of Columbus Day, I just think of we're a country of immigrants, and I don't know, everyone. That's kind of the beauty of America. It's one nation under God. We're a country of immigrants, and just remember that. You know what I mean? We all came from a struggle.
I agree with you very much. And with the young, and you being the younger generation, I noticed that you're following in your dad's footsteps. You still got the old school ways. You still go out, you dress up, you try to, you're making an event. I don't know what's going on now. There was these people wearing these Crocs. 60-year-old men wearing Crocs to a restaurant. What's wrong with you people? I mean, there's something. I mean, even if you guys been to Las Vegas lately, nobody dresses up anymore. It's just I just don't understand it. But why you being, I don't know, you said you're around 30 years old. You said?
Yeah, 30 years old.
I mean, why do you keep that heritage? Is it because why do you want to keep that going?
Like I said, I mean, I think it's just a tribute to our grandparents, like the old school generation that, you know what I mean? Just their values, man, keeping it going. Like they had it the right. I agree with you. Like, we're kind of older souls, I feel like the newer generation a little bit, it's just tougher. They don't realize like hard times and things people had to go through that kind of change your character,
Absolutely. And music wise, what kind of music, what do you listen into your car? When you go in your car, what do you listen? I mean, it's got to be, do you listen to Sinatra and all that stuff too? Or
yeah, here and there. I kind of listen to everything,
To everything.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
kind of like you, all genres, I
Yeah.
don't really, there's not too much I don't like. But yeah, I mean, of course, got to throw in a little Sinatra, Dean Martin here and there,
A little bit of that. Even I don't even listen to that stuff. I don't remember the last time I put any of that music in my car because you're singing it all the time, and it's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Michael, if you had a favorite Italian actor,
Probably Pesci, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, very good, great
Yeah.
actor too. Very, he played a serious actor too, besides a comic actor.
Yeah,
One of my favorites. Al Pacino is still one of my favorites. De Niro, very disappointing.
yeah.
Great actor, but boy, just a horrible. We have Guido Cigars watching. Real men smoke cigars and don't vape. That kills them. Here, I'm holding one right now, a Guido cigar right here. Can you get these at Hardcore?
Yeah, you could get them. You got to go to GuidoCigars.com.
Got to go to Sweeters, Guido, which is great. We're gonna have our own Tony Ocean cigar unveiling in November. But I love cigars. I smoke
Yeah.
3 or 4 a day.
They
But I
have
like
all
that.
of it,
Real men smoke cigars. They don't vape. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Vape
that.
will kill you. Absolutely. So you like Joe Pesci. What about, you have a favorite film? How about a favorite mob film?
A
You have
mob
one?
film? Probably Godfather 2. Godfather 2, just because they go into the whole immigration story. I think that's really cool. I thought I thought De Niro played really good in it too. But
Yeah,
I know we
he
were
did
asking
very
that
good.
question. We
Yeah.
were asking that question at the Bocce tournament too. People's opinions on De Niro. We got some hilarious responses. We're actually doing a post later today on that. We should have interviewed you on that one.
That would have been fun, huh?
Yeah.
What about 3? Did you like 3?
No, not too much. How about you?
No, I think it was okay because I
Yeah.
like Pacino. Garcia wasn't bad in it.
Yeah, true.
Interesting on that. Do you have a favorite food? Is it Italian?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick. You know what I mean? It kind of depends on what mood you're in. I don't know, but
Do you have a favorite restaurant that you go to?
yeah, there's a few too. I mean, to be honest with you, my fiance is a fantastic cook, so I've been loving her food lately. She just moved in with me like this past year, and she's been just whipping up at the house every day. So I got to give credit to her.
God bless. And you're getting married next year, so congratulations to you on that. It's very good. That's great. Italy, have you been there?
No, not yet. We're
Okay,
planning
so
on
when is the hardcore Italian Italy trip?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Michael, let's put one together. It's called Alitalia. Let's get on the plane, get a group going, come up with a package, and let's all go down to Italy. I thought that would be
awesome.
great. I've been to mostly everywhere in Italy, but I've never been to Sicily because I'm a Toscano. I'm on the north side, so we've never been to the south side. But I heard it's supposed to be beautiful up there.
So we're planning our honeymoon in Italy. If you have any recommendations on where to go or how to do it, let me know.
There you go. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of people. I know. You guys work with an Italian company. What's the company that Mike just mentioned?
Perillo Tours.
Perillo Tours. They do a great job with stuff over there too. But
Yeah.
you'll love
Yeah,
Italy
we've been
out there.
talking to them.
You know, in Italy, it's funny that a can of Coke costs more than a glass of wine
Really?
in Italy because it's very interesting,
Mhm.
very wonderful. Columbus Day is coming up. We know about your float. What do you feel about, as a younger Italian American, about the history of Columbus, Christopher Columbus?
I just feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there. I hear stories about how there was a cannabis tribe and Christopher Columbus helped like some of the Native Americans. And, I just think I think it's a media play against them where they just want to do away with the holiday, kind of forget the history of Italians. And, I just think it's, people who want to make the argument about Columbus, I feel like they just don't even say anything about like, well, what about the Italian Americans, and let's respect them, and maybe we should change the day, or you know what I mean? So that's why I think especially we need to fight for it, because it's the one day a year we get recognition, and it started off of
It's one day.
and
Italian Heritage Month. It's one day. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like Veterans Day. They get one day, veterans, the people that fought for our country. They get one day. Pride Month gets a whole month. Or all these together, what for a veterans, just one day. It's crazy. And Columbus Day, we don't have much left. Ron Onesti has been doing a great job of that, trying to get the statue back. We're going to see if that happens. I don't know. I'm hoping it is, but
and they gave Columbus Day to us because of the mistreatment with the lynchings. The biggest lynching in American history was 11 Italians in New Orleans.
how about it? A lot of people don't know that story.
Yeah,
They do
exactly.
not. So you need to read your history if you anything and find out about Christopher Columbus. And you know what? And if you look back at all those historians, they all had some
Yeah.
baggage. I mean, you just can't hit Christopher Columbus. It always just seems like because it's the Italians. If Christopher Columbus was Jewish or German, you might not get this the shit that he's getting now because of being Italian.
Yeah, they could pick and choose anyone they want, and you know what I mean? If there's a media campaign behind it, they'll make anyone look like crap.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, thank you for your
Yeah,
time,
thank
brother.
you too.
My good
Thanks
friend
for
Michael,
coming by.
everybody from Hardcore Italians. We are here in the studio. We got about another 10 minutes or so before we say goodbye. But thank you, Michael and Mike Sr. for having us here in their Woodridge Hardcore Italian studio. It's a great thing. And support the Italians that we need to do. But we like to support everybody. We like to make everything happy and make it easy. Mike, you want to say something? A few words, anything? Come on, let's get Mike Sr. up here too. We got to give him a couple minutes here. He worked night shift, and look at him now. He's still coming here before he goes home and gets some pasta, and he goes to bed. Mikey, what's up, brother? Thanks you. Say hello. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, everybody.
So, Mike, you were the one who started this hardcore town. You remember the first year you did it?
Yes, I do. In my garage.
And what year was that?
2009.
Why? Why hardcore? Why?
I started out with our baseball team. We had our whole team was Italian, and I was making like shirts for us for practice and things like that. Really nice, cool shirts. And then I did one. I started with the logo, the skull.
Yeah.
And I did it in green, white, and red one time. And then the kids took it home, came back. My uncle wants one. My aunt wants one. I started printing a couple dozen. They were gone. A couple dozen more. Then people were, how do I get this? So then I started putting them on eBay, to make it easier for people to get them. And before you know it, I was running to the post office every night and filling up the mailbox. And then Michael got out of college, took business, and
And he started helping you
took it
too.
to
What's
the
your
next
biggest
level,
seller?
took it to the next level.
What's your biggest seller?
I don't know, man. Every month we try to put something out, something new. We try to keep it fresh. So hopefully we try to keep a fresh one every month. But our logo, our basic logo sells really well. Our brand. We've been working really hard to create this brand over the years.
What about the hardcore Italian tracksuit? Are we going to have one of those too? Because me, Joey Spins would be the first ones wearing them. So I mean,
It's on our list. It's on our list. We have a list of. God, our list is endless of what we want to do. There's not enough days in the year for all our ideas.
I know what you're saying. Have you seen? Obviously, you're a big Sopranos fan.
Yes.
What did you think of that series?
I think it was the best show ever on TV, to be honest with you.
Well, it won more Emmys than any other show. A lot of people might not know that. But there's a new show right now called Gravesend you guys seen this?
I watched.
Isn't it
yes.
great?
I like
mean,
it.
it's
I like
it's
it. I like
they're-
how they got all the actors together from all the shows. And
They're in York instead of New Jersey. Even the beginning, that first song, the intro is almost like the intro that Sopranos had. But William DeMeo has been around for years. He plays the lead role. But they got Garcia in it. They had William Forsythe. They had
everybody, Andrew Dice Clay.
Clay was in it.
all the-
Big
even all the-
Pussy
even
was
all
in
the
it.
little guys too. You know,
Yeah.
they're coming up. You know,
yeah, I like
Big
it.
Time Tommy was in it.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Everybody. Yeah,
It's cool. You got to check
keeps
it
your
out.
interest. It keeps your interest. You know.
Yeah, and I think they need something new.
Chaz.
Oh yeah, Chaz is in there too. You gotta love it, and it's just a great. It's called Gravesend. I think I mentioned it a couple of times on the show. Yes, would love the tracksuit. See, forget about it. Michael says. So there you go. Everybody would order that. I know I would. So yeah. So how about you? Favorite film? Italian film or mob film?
I mean, you have to go with Godfather. I love it. You know, especially when I showed what was that one called where they showed how they made it and everything. It's so interesting.
That was the backstory is great. There's one that's very under the radar film. It's called 29th Street. Anybody
Love
seen that
29th
movie?
Street. Love 29th Street.
It's an incredible movie. Danny Aiello and LaPaglia. He plays his son, Anthony LaPaglia from Canada, and it's about the New York State Lottery. It's the true story. And the guy Frank Pesch, the guy, his brother, the cop is really Frank Pesch. I don't know if you knew that. He
Okay.
played the brother, but yeah, he's the guy who actually wrote the thing. But true story. It's great Italian movie, 29th Street.
What about the Idolmaker? I'm sure you love that one.
Idolmaker, Sharky was great
Love
too.
that one. That's a sleeper that nobody knows about.
Yeah, that's another one. And another one, Pope of Greenwich Village.
Love Pope of
Oh,
Greenwich Village.
Mickey Rourke. I don't know what happened to him, but him and Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts stole the show in there.
And he's fantastic. He was just on
What about
Dancing
Once
with Stars.
What about Once Upon a Time in America?
America.
Another one.
That's a great one too. Yeah. Did you like Gotti, the original one with Armando Santi? I think he did a great job.
Yeah, it was okay. A lot of his Gotti movies were okay.
Travolta one wasn't that great. It wasn't that great.
Moonstruck's another great Italian one. Great Italian movie.
Yeah, they had some good ones, folks. I love it. And if you had a favorite, Dean or Frank?
I love them both. But I don't know. I have to go with Frank.
You have to go with
I
Frank.
know you're a Dean guy. I don't know. To me, it's neck and neck. But
It is neck and neck. They're completely two different singers, I believe. I think Dean, it was just like I said, he wasn't acting. He doesn't see just, come out here and sing a song. He just did his own thing. And Frank, you got to love him.
yeah, what they did for that era and that time, it was great. I mean, I remember when my parents would go there and see them and come home and. Yeah, I mean,
It was a
I
big
would have
thing.
loved. I would have loved to see them in their prime. I went when
Absolutely.
he was older, when he was kind of singing off the teleprompter. It was
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
yeah, it was a little heartbreaking when you get to that age. We were just talking with your son Mike about Frankie Valli and the stuff that he's going through right now, being 9 years old, still up on stage, lip syncing. Does he need to be there? I don't know. We don't know what his situation
yeah,
is,
it's
but
kind of tough to watch.
it is. But he's still there, and we'll see. I still support him because he classic, great song, great Italian American. And we got to love him. Michael, thank you for your time, brother. I know
Thank
you're
you
busy.
thank you for coming on. Thank you for supporting everything that we do too. Always the
Whatever-
shout outs at your shows, everything you do. for us.
Whatever you guys do, buddy.
we'll always support you, man. We love you. We're
Thank
behind
you.
100%.
You and my mother. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are great. Mike, Hardcore Italians in the house. Mike and Mike Jr., thank you guys so much. Another sponsor here before we go, Airtight Windows.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah, if you're looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Service in Chicagoland area for 35 years, do it right with Airtight. That's Louis Pipes at 708-785-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you. You get a special deal. Also, folks, it's time to do it because right now, if you get the windows and sidings done with the winter coming, it's going to help the windows, save you on your heat bill if you got some bad windows, so it does work. We are coming down to the last couple minutes here, and tonight we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, 8 o'clock with Double T, Tony Toto, Domani. Saturday, we will be at Forget About It Vineyard and Winery in Galena, Illinois. Monopoly just came out with a brand new booze game. It's a Monopoly drinking game. Great for the game nights are about to get way more fun for adults. Legal drinking age, at least the first ever official Monopoly drinking game just dropped in time for the holiday parties. Those are fun. Make sure you're not driving anywhere. Get everybody over to the house and have some cocktails. You got to love that. Interesting. People who sleep sleep very late have higher chances of dying at a young age, researchers warn youngsters. I've seen that. I don't know, Mike, do you see that the younger generation sleep a lot longer?
I really couldn't chime in on that.
I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but I'm up early. I'm up at 5:30, 6
Better
o'clock
tell
every
Spins
morning.
about that one. He
Yeah,
loves
well,
it.
yeah, he likes to sleep late till 12 o'clock. I don't even know. Spins, sleeps.
Hope you're watching, Joey. You take note of that.
Yeah, he
one.
was. His name did come up when we first got on, so I'm starting watching. He sleeps till 12. You call him, I'm sleeping. It's like pickleball. As we last story here, pickleball injuries. I don't know. I've never played pickleball. Have you?
No, but it's on fire.
It's on fire, but so are these people that are getting hurt. Pickleball injuries cost over $350 million in 2023. 2023 pickleball players suffered an astounding 350 plus million in injuries while playing America's fastest growing sport. The vast majority of these injuries came from players over the age of 50. With medical costs and other claims. Of course, this is big in Florida right now, right? But it's big everywhere. My kids started playing it now, too. It's a big thing going on, folks. All right, folks, we are coming to the end of the hour, and tomorrow, Monday, we'll talk more about crazy shit that's going on in this crazy world. But we got to go, and before that, it's birthday time for Friday, October 4th. Mike Gorman of Pez Band and Off Broadway. One of my favorite bass players, and he's got a brand called The Outfit. Happy birthday. Marty Stewart, for all you country western fans, turned 66 years old. Warren Olin, one of my favorite silent actors, of course, played Charlie Chan back when I was growing up. Loved it. Tommy Lee from Motley Crue turned 62 years old. Jamie Farr played Klinger, was it, in MASH, the TV show MASH? 89 years old. Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac celebrating a birthday. Let's see. Carly Simon turned 78 years old. Jim Kirschlocker, my good buddy from Lake Geneva, used to own Kirsch's on the Bay in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. 80 years old today. Chubby Checker doing the twist, celebrating a birthday. Susan the Closer Jambroni. I think it's your birthday or your birthday weekend. Happy birthday. Travis Kelce, bust out like his girlfriend Taylor Swift, turns 34 years old today. Kate Winslet from Titanic is 48 years old. Let's see what we got here. Two more here. Dennis Finn, to your mom from the Needs Foundation, does a great job. Dennis, happy birthday. Derrick Rose, formerly Chicago Bull, turns 36 years old. You got to love it. All right, folks, it is time for us to go. But remember, our main sponsor, Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Support local establishments. Ace, Norridge, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, Mesa, Arizona, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. Don't forget to download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Guys, it's that time, and we want to thank, again, our good friend Mike and Mike, of course, from Hardcore Italians here in the downtown studio in Woodridge, Illinois. Always check out their podcast, get to their stuff. What's the website if they want to? Hardcoreitalians.com. Look at the stuff. Got some great merchandise. Perfect for buying it for Columbus Day or just for being Italian. You want to go out and support local establishments, buy local, shop local. And that's what it's all about. Shop local, buy local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to everybody out there. Life is short. And one thing that's important, get off your ass and vote. Vote, ladies and gentlemen. We need a change. We need to change this, what's going on. I don't care what side you are, but make sure you go out and vote, because if Kamala Harris comes in and you're pissed off about that, you can't bitch because you didn't vote. And if Mr. Donald Trump comes back, which I hope he does, to make America great again. And so we need to get out and go vote and go to the polls and bring a busload, bring like 10 people with you and vote at the same time. Not those mail-in ballots that my father got 5 in the mail. He's been dead 25 years and he's got them in the mail. My dad's been dead. So go to the polls and remember the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Have an incredible weekend, folks. We'll see you back here Monday, same time, same station, back at the Elk Grove Studios. God bless everybody. Nick Sahajas, take us out.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See